Hello and welcome to another episode of Patches Metal.
1, 2, 3, 4. Patches Metal!
The H&M is selling Slayer shirts and the metal community is angry. No one really knows why we're angry. No one can really explain me why we're angry. We're just angry because H&M is making money off of metal musicians who wouldn't make money off of it or something. And there's some weird debate going on about how poor it is for Slayer and how sad it is for Slayer that H&M is making money off of their name. Now, if we can make one thing clear before we continue this conversation, it's that Slayer is definitely going to make money off of this. And if you really think that H&M would start selling Slayer shirts without having, written legal permission from Slayer, or at least from their label, to actually sell these shirts, then you have to be fucking mad. I mean, it's not like the people on the internet are suddenly better at legal disputes than the lawyers of H&M, one of the biggest clothing franchises in the world. So if we can move past the whole thing that Slayer would not make money off of this, we can move on to the next thing, which is that people were complaining that H&M and other industries are trying to commercialize metal. And this is so fucking hypocritical, because a while ago, and this is only Dutch, so I don't know how it is in other countries, but let's say that the Dutch can be representative for the rest of the metal scene in the world, because we're all just metalheads. We have the top 2000 in the Netherlands, for which everyone votes, and I believe this is an international thing, so everyone probably has this. But every year in the Netherlands it's kind of a big thing where we're all voting for whichever songs we want to see in the top 2000. And there was this really big Facebook thing going on, I think it was 1 or maybe 2 years ago, where everyone wanted Slayer to be in the top 2000. So I think it was with Angel of Death. They started, getting all the metalheads to vote for Angel of Death, so we can have Angel of Death in the top 2000, and it'd be so fucking cool to have a really badass metal song in the top 2000. So everyone went out and voted for fucking Slayer, Angel of Death, and yay, it's in the top 2000. And can anyone explain me how this is not commercializing metal? En masse voting for Slayer to be in the top 2000, so that, we can actually say that Slayer right now, Angel of Death, is per definition a pop song, because it's in the fucking top 2000. It's one of the most popular songs, apparently, of the Netherlands. So fuck you and your whiny commercializing bullshit. Now the last thing people said, which I guess makes sense in a way, is that people start wearing Slayer shirts without knowing who or what Slayer is. And to this I say fair enough. Though on the other hand, why would we care? Why do people care about teenage girls wearing Guns N' Roses or Nirvana shirts without knowing that they made, rock and roll, grunge, metal music? Why would we care if some teenager is going to walk around with a Slayer shirt without knowing it's a band? And really, I mean, the only thing people can say to me in these arguments is, well, because they don't know who it is. And I'll be like, yeah, okay, so why do we care? Yeah, because they don't know who it is. This is not a legit argument for why we should care. Why would any of you guys or any of the other metalhead guys actually care if someone is walking around with a Slayer shirt or with a whatever shirt? I believe they're also selling Metallica shirts, and they've probably been doing that for 5 years already or something. Why would we care if people do not know who these people are, who these artists are? I mean, every single person with a Che Guevara however you pronounce that name, shirt is also a fucking hypocrite, because Che Guevara was against commercializing things and they made a fucking brand out of him. So that's probably just as bad. And still, on that exact same subject, why the fuck would we care? I'll give you an even better example, for which some people will call me a poser, and go the fuck ahead. I've been wearing an Exposing Innards shirt for 4 years now. I think I already talked about this in the Grim Ordeal video, because it's about the same guy. I got this shirt when... wait, it's a bit of a long story, let me start that one over. The old drummer of my band, his dad used to build guitars, and he would order guitar parts from all over the world, and he had ordered some from a Dutch guy who would send him, I think, some pedals and some different parts, I don't really know. And these were packed in shirts, and these were the shirts of his old band, which had like broken up before, and he was just using these shirts to pack valuable, breakable items so they would be safe. So I got to his dad's house, and he was like, "Here, Casper, do you want to have this shirt? It's a metal band, I don't know them." And I was like, "Oh, that looks really fucking cool, so let me have this fucking shirt." And it wasn't until 2 years later that I actually looked up the band. I just had never, you know, I had never done it. There wasn't even a reason for it. I just had never looked up the band, though I had been wearing that shirt for a really fucking long time, because it was a really cool fucking shirt. Does that make me, you know, any less valuable or worth it to wear that shirt? No, I don't really think so. Does it change the way I wear the shirt? Does it change anything about me? No, I don't really think so. So if you had been a random bypass and you would say like, "Oh, there's an Exposing Innards shirt, I really like that band," and I would have said, "I don't have a clue who this band is, I just really like the fucking design," then how would that make me any less of a person than you? Rant over. So I had to get that rant off my chest, because it was something that had been bothering me for probably 1.5 for 2 months already, but I just didn't have the time to make the video. So here is the fucking rage-filled video you've all been waiting for. Now let's go on to something more fun, because I've been getting some CDs in the mail. So I want to start this bit off with a massive fucking shout out to Big Bad Wolf Records from the Netherlands, who have been providing me with CDs over and over and over again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post a link to the English version of their website in the description below. Check it out. Check out their web store as well, because that has probably about 50% of all the CDs I've ever reviewed here, since they have sent me 50% of all the CDs I've ever reviewed here. So check that one out, and let's move to Insurrection. So Insurrection Catatonic, with 6 tracks on the EP. It's somewhere, you know, between an EP and an album. However, the production quality is way past EP level. This is really a perfectly finished product. The transitions are amazingly smooth. The mixing is done very well. It's like they've taken everything in one take and just made cuts. It's all perfect. Only downside to me were slightly overproduced vocals, though that's really only a matter of preference anyway. Insurrection is one of those bands who doesn't really appear to be bound by genre at all. I think I've heard just about any kind of metal on the CD, you know, varying from really speed metal, thrash metal, death metal, black metal even as well, which were actually bits I did enjoy, so I might be turning into a black metal appreciator. You know, and I like that, like I've already said probably a billion times, when a band doesn't let himself be bound by a genre or bordered in by a genre. And these guys really just, how do you say, explore different combinations of genres, and it's working perfectly. So really, for any fan of any genre, this would be a great purchase. It's really a finished, well done product. Now the next band is WORSELDER. Warcellar. I had problems with this, though you guys might figure it out, and it's MMXIV, which is 2004. That's 2014. I hadn't even realized. Okay, fair enough, because this was recorded in June 2014. Smart. This band is like a mix between Pantera and James Hetfield, which is okay because they wear cowboy hats on stage. So the thing is, the compositions are done really well, though some bits just sound like they're not really finished. There's the solo, the tapping solo in the first song, which really put me off because it sounds like it's rushed, you know, like they didn't have a lot of studio time, which could be a thing, you know, but it's very well hearable. The ending just leads to kind of nothing, like just a note dragged out, and there's more bits like this. There was in the second song, I think, where the harsh vocal lines are just, they're not produced very well. They kind of fade out. So what I guess I want to say is I think this band could be amazing. The compositions are done really well, but on this EP it's just not the right production, and I don't think they've had, you know, enough time to really make it a finished product. Really though, none of that does really matter because they still wear cowboy hats So that's it for this video. I do want to quickly explain where I've been, though I didn't really want to go into it that much. I've been at my internship, and I had to leave my camera there because I had to film practically every single day and even in the weekends. So, you know, this camera wasn't here. I was mostly working. Excuse me. No time for patches really. However, the normal school life is starting again, so I do have a lot more time again. So there's that, but I've been saying that, you know, off and on for when I just film every single week till where I just leave a gap of 2 months, and then I film every single day, and then I leave a gap for half a year, and you know, you guys know I'm trying, and you know I love you all, so there's that. However, just putting it out there again, all these things I do always say on my Facebook, where I try to keep everything, you know, up to date on my situation, why I'm filming or why I'm not filming, what I'm going to film or what I'm not going to film. I usually ask what people want me to film on Facebook as well. So, you know, if you want to get into that stuff and kind of give me more feedback or hear where I'm hanging out at. So yeah, there's that, you know, check that out. I'll try to make more videos again, as always. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next video.